Hey, what's up, fellas? Hey, I want to talk about the importance of building and maintaining a masculine frame. First of all, when we talk about masculinity, this shit ain't got nothing to do with big fucking muscles, being aggressive, being this fucking larger than life alpha type, dominating the fucking room, bullying everybody. Masculinity ain't got shit to do with that. Real masculinity has everything to do with an aura. An aura that has to be felt without you saying anything. This is true masculinity. It has to be felt. When you walk into a room, fellas, your presence has to be felt. The way you carry yourself, the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you command respect, just by being a man walking into a room, people should be able to feel this. And especially when it comes to dealing with women, you have to always maintain a masculine frame as a man. The first step that you have to take, man, is you have to be on your purpose. Like, you have to have some kind of goals outside of yourself that you're striving for and that you're shooting for as a man. This is the first step to build a masculinity, because what this does, it creates discipline and it creates laser sharp focus on the shit that you need to be getting accomplished in life. And when you are disciplined, you cutting off distractions and you working towards your goal, this is almost like a godlike aura that gives you, you got the strength to focus, you know what you got to get done, and nothing can come in between that when it comes to building your purpose. And this is the first step of stepping into a masculine frame. But when it comes to a relationship or you dealing with a woman that you committed to, boundaries have to be set in the beginning. A lot of men are afraid to set boundaries in the beginning with women because they like them. They don't want to offend her. They don't want to walk around on eggshells, shit like that. Listen, man, you have to establish boundaries in the beginning, because if you do not establish boundaries in the beginning of a relationship and shit go on, then eventually down the line, man, she gonna get disrespectful because you never set the boundaries in the beginning. You have to set boundaries to let her know where you stand in the beginning so she knows. Another thing, man, you have to have integrity as a man. You have to be able to make good decisions. You have to be the one to make the final decisions, and you have to be dependable. When you're in a relationship, man, your job is to be dependable, not just to your woman, but anybody you deal with, whether it's business or being a man of your word. That's another thing. Being a man of your word and being dependable. Man, it was points of times in my relationship with my girl, I handle shit, do what I'm supposed to do. She could depend on me. But it was little things, man, that she would want me to make decisions on, like small things she could have made on her own. And it used to irritate me. And I didn't understand it until one of my friends of mine kind of broke it down to me and say, hey, look, man, if a woman comes to you for the smallest things, that means she trusts your vision and your input. And the last thing you want is for your girl to go to any other man or anybody else for anything. You have to be dependable, and she has to know that she can depend on you. Another thing, fellas, you cannot be afraid of conflict and holding anybody accountable, your girl or anybody who steps out of line with any kind of disrespect or anything that rubs you the wrong way. You have to understand when to pick and choose your battles. You have to be wise, have wisdom. You don't just want to choose the wrong fucking battle. But when it comes to a relationship, your girl, she do something to offend you, hey, can't be afraid to hold her accountable. You cannot be afraid of conflict sometimes. Like I say, that's a problem with a lot of guys, man. When they first get into the beginning stages of a relationship, they don't want to rub her the wrong way. Like I say, they like her, things is going well, she might do something and you may let her slide. You know, let things slide. You like her, you're attracted to her, she look good. None of that matters. When she does something, respectfully put her in check, let her know how you feel, and set boundaries. Hey, listen, this is something that I'm not going to deal with. If we can't get this together, then we got to part ways. Do it calmly, fellas. And another thing, your emotional stability and your emotional intelligence as a man. Sometimes people, women, they'll do things to irritate you, try to trick you out of your logical mental space as a man. You get over emotional, that right there is going to drop your frame. If you cannot handle her saying something to you, because, okay, guys, women going to say things to try to get under your skin. It's just how the game go. It's their nature. But you have to be able to pass these shit tests that women give you. And the number one shit test they're going to try to do or give you is saying something slick to see if they can knock you off your frame. And as soon as you become unglued, that lowers your frame and she's going to look at you in a weaker state. So always control your emotions, handle things logically, say what you got to say, set the tone, and walk away. The moment you fall into the trap and start arguing, fellas, that's the moment your frame will be lowered. So you always have to maintain a sense of emotional intelligence to keep a masculine frame. And the second scenario of this, guys, is if you are a single man, because like I say, man, I've walked both roads. Long-term relationships, single man, playing the field, dating. When you're dating or you're in an environment with women, man, you have to maintain a masculine frame. I see a lot of guys fail because they too talkative. They don't remain a mystery. They always want to be the center of attention when it comes to an environment where women are around. Listen, guys, women love the quiet dude. Women love the guy who really not paying them no attention, especially the super attractive women. You know, they love these guys because they're a mystery. When you out there, man, you trying to be the life of the party, you over obnoxious and you just making a scene being goofy, man, women don't like that. They love the quiet guy. You know, if you see something you like, hey, catch eye contact. Don't stare a hole in her. You know, just doing some weirdo shit. You know, catch eye contact, nod your head, maybe a couple times. Hey, stay in a masculine frame. The less you say, the more you appear to be well put together. And it is more masculine, man. The less you say. A lot of y'all talk too much. I seen it, man. You know, with guys. They start talking to girls and they just keep rambling about themselves. Next thing you know, man, she burnt out. The energy is going down. They don't land the deal because they talking too much. Sometimes, man, be quiet, sit back, and just chill. Say less than necessary, man. You know, sometimes, man, they always say that the loudest in the room is the weakest one. You want to be that guy that's a man of few words, especially when you're in an environment with other women. This is not saying you should not approach women. It's not saying that. You always want to approach them, but you make sure you do it in a masculine way. Like I say, eye contact. It used to could send girls drinks. Really can't do that no more because they'll try to finesse you for drinks. Yeah, you know, hey, maybe some eye contact. If she's attracted, man, she gonna give you the eye contact back. And then when you do approach women and you're talking to them, let them talk about themselves. Hey, you don't need to be telling everything about you. You are supposed to be a mystery. You don't have to tell her everything about you. Save it for another time. Leave her mind wondering. Make her curious about you. And a lot of guys break this rule because they think that if they brag on themselves and constantly talk about themselves to women, that it's going to make them, the woman, like them more. It actually does the opposite. It's going to turn her off because you're talking too much. Always remain in a masculine frame, period. And it go back to maintaining and building this masculine frame. This has nothing to do with being super alpha, aggressive, bullying, dominating the room, talking shit. That's weakness. That has nothing to do with masculinity. Masculinity is an aura. And the first wave of starting a masculine frame is chasing your purpose and having goals. And that's going to be your foundation. And nothing else comes before your goals. Nothing. No woman, no nothing. Because at the end of the day, if everything falls apart, you still have your purpose, your dreams, or what you're pushing towards as a man. And that is the true nature of masculinity. Staying focused and getting shit done.